Let's lift the mood a little bit, and what better place to go than to have a look at our police in action? Ben, give us an introduction to this.
Yeah, we've seen some bad policing today, and we're about to see some more. But this is just, we can play it, and then let's just marvel at how utterly ludicrous it is. I think this is from Birmingham as well. It sounds like it. There's an accent in the background at some point. So certainly in a northern town, but let's have a look at this.
He's got him, he's got him. Keep running, boys! Should we just... Guys, it fella! Yes! Yes! Guys, it fella! He's busted, he's busted. Right, man, kiss that. Video. Video that. Get up. How's your head?
Ben,
what's he doing on rollerblade? Come on, it's just like most of this stuff. This innovation. Let's put the police on rollerblades. Why? Why is he on rollerblades? It's ridiculous. And yeah, it's just laughable. Honestly, sorry, Brian, you were about to say something.
Well, of course, there's several sides to that video clip, because one, there's what is he doing on rollerblades, and wouldn't it be best if he was trained in how to use rollerblades so he doesn't fall over? That would be helpful. But yeah, why is he doing this? The police can go on to rollerblades, but they can't investigate thousands of deaths from malicious pharmaceutical products. So this is breakdown, isn't it? And it was back in the very early days, right back at the beginning of the UK column, when we were starting to see strange behaviour by the police. And a lady contacted us on one occasion and said that her husband, who was a police officer at the time, we're going back possibly before 2010, and she said that he was fine until he did a diversity course, and then he became very aggressive. And this is when we started to pay attention to what was actually being done to the minds of our police, because people were coming in and giving them training courses those courses were reframing them into a different belief system. So that lady later divorced her husband because he'd become so aggressive. But on one occasion, she was able to talk to a black police officer who'd been a friend of theirs. And she asked that black police officer about the diversity training. And his reply to her was, if we effing well didn't know we were black then, we do now. And she was a bit puzzled by this response. But basically, the police were asked questions by the trainer as to how they would treat an individual if they were Afro-Caribbean, if they were Asian, if they were Sikh. And initially the police said, well, we treat them like anybody else. But they were asked question after question until they had to admit maybe on one occasion they might do something different. And that was the little seed. I'm thinking of those dandelions of yours. That was the little seed where a psychological seed was sown in the minds of the police, which started to break apart their existing belief structure. And of course, one of the penalties when you start to play around with people's minds like this is you can seriously damage them. depending on the makeup of the individual. And I've never forgotten that lady, because I can still remember the telephone call I had when she described how her, actually I said husband, I think it was partner, how her partner changed simply as a result of some of these early diversity courses. And I mean, how is that policeman, the rollerblade policeman, how's he going to think about himself now he knows that he's being completely ridiculed on social media?
Well, this is the other thing. Like, he's been put in a position where, I mean, he just looks ridiculous. Why are you on rollerblades? Be on foot, outrun the child. I mean, it's a child that he's chasing off, right? His kid's got to be well under 16, right? And then also the other thing that really struck me is that the people in the car they're just ridiculing him, and you don't want your police to be a figure of ridicule. I'm not saying that we should be living in fear of them either, by the way, but also, like, they're supposed to be part of the social fabric that people have at least a modicum of respect for, but they've been reduced to the position of laughing stock in society, and or these kind of little Stasi type terror agents, frankly, and a combination of the two. And it's just ridiculous, the whole thing.